Hello, hello. Am I
Yes, sir.
audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, me. We'll start now.
Okay,
I just will give one introduction and then we'll start.
okay. So first, I would
Uh,
like
we-
to, yeah. Sorry.
Okay. Well, since everyone is here, we should get started. Yeah. If you have, let me clear, students. If you have any questions or queries during the webinar, please type them into the chat box, or we will also have a time at the end for questions. And before we get begin, let me remind you one thing that here is no judgment or something, because it is will be an interactive section for us to knows about having and smooth for path of our career. So let's get started. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mayuri Chandrakant Khopkar in the behalf of Department of Mechanical Engineering, Viva Institute of Technology, to welcome you all on for this webinar on career transition from mechanical engineer to data science. We all know that artificial intelligence is a future, and data science is the most important field which shapes the artificial intelligence. Data science is an interdisciplinary field that uses scientific methods, processes, algorithms, and systems to exact knowledge and insights for nicely and structured and unstructured data. Uh, and apply knowledge and actionable insights for data across a broad range of application domains. Data science is related to data meaning and machine learning and etc. So I am super excited to have you here all, and excited about what all conversations and interactions we will have. So for our honorable speaker, today we'll share with journey of from mechanical engineer to data scientist, and he will also guide us on how anyone can create their own path to similar career transition, and also plans for it and give us valuable insights. And I am profoundly delighted to take an opportunity to introduce the speaker for the day, and he is none other than the alumnus of batch 2016, Mr. Mihir Naik. And he is currently working as a data scientist as Flick from 2019, uh, Bangalore, Kolkata, and he had an 3 years of experience as a research scientist in CRD 91 from 2016 to 2019, Mumbai, and a professional with more than 2 years of experience in Python, data science, and machine learning. To give and direction for us and knowledge about his relative field, a warm welcome to Mr. Mihir Naik. Yes, sir.
Hey, thanks, Mayuri. First of all, I would like to, wish everyone happy Gudi Padwa. So I want this session to be, interactive. So if you have any questions, guys, you can ask. Okay. Hello, am I
Yes, sir.
audible?
Sure. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I mean, you guys can interrupt in between. That's fine. So currently, I'm working as a data scientist in one product-based company called Fleek. So it's a subscription management company, and I have around about 2+ year of experience in this data science field. So being a mechanical engineer, it was kind of difficult for me to, learn the coding skills and all the skills those are required for data science. So I started with Python. I worked as a Python developer for like 7 to 8 months. Then that company only gave me some, work related to machine learning, data science. That way, I kind of learned all these things. So data science is nothing but getting insights from data. I mean, earlier back in 2010, we have small amount of data. I mean, that time we were using Excel, and I mean, we were using only Excel to get insights. I mean, there were around about 200 rows or maximum 500 rows, so that we can, scroll up, scroll down, and we can get insights from there. But now we have million, trillions of data uh, in every company, so it is kind of difficult to handle that amount of data using Excel sheet. So we have this software like Pandas, NumPy in data science to deal with such big data. Now there are some software like Apache, Hadoop. Those are handling data which has more than 1 crore, 10 crore rows and more than 200-300 columns. So I mean this field also evolving every day. So first of all, I mean, do you guys have any questions till now? You can shoot up your questions. Okay, so nobody has any question. So guys, actually, we want this session to be, interactive. Otherwise,
Students, if you have any general questions also that
yeah,
you want to
you,
clarify related to the field, you can either directly ask right in the chat box. Anything is okay.
yeah,
Hello.
yeah. Hi.
Hi, sir. Actually, I want to ask for doing data science, which course we have to do?
Okay, course. So there are many courses there online, but I would suggest the Coursera and Simplilearn. Those are, budget wise okay, and they are also teaching deep learning, natural language processing, all those things in one course. So you don't have to buy another course or enrolled in another course. So that way you get to have all the skills those are required for a fresher data scientist.
What about the sir course duration?
It varies, I mean, from 8 months to 12 months, at least 8 months.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So everyone is from mechanical background or
Yes, sir. From mechanical, second year, third year, and final year.
okay, okay, okay. So data science is I mean combination of machine learning. So machine learning is nothing but there are different algorithm based on mathematical intuitions. So also it's a part of artificial intelligence, deep learning. There is a maths, statistics involved in this data science field. So it's a combination of all these things. So using data science, what we generally do is we get insights. I mean, so there is always a problem statement. So customer will always come with problem statement. I mean, this is what I required. So in previous company, I was working with one bank. So they wanted to, automate this loan prediction, entire loan prediction system. So whether that person would get a loan or not, I mean, approved or not approved, that kind of a thing. So model does all the things. You just have to train model according to the data we have. So they already have some kind of data like for around 10 lakhs of customers data they had. So model learns, I mean, for this age, if that person has more than 50,000 salary, if he is working in a good sector, then that person will get loan. So that is how we had data for more than 10 lakh customers. So model will pick up all those things and learn by itself only, and it will give prediction that if new customer is entering details in on bank's website, then in that moment only that person will know if that person is gonna get loan or not. So something like that happens in this field. So there is a always a problem statement. So we have to ask customer. I mean, what is required from their side. So we have to ask so many questions. Why? And we kind of have some clarification about our problem statement. Then we generally start working on that problem statement. Then second step is a data acquisition. I mean, the client share their data with us. So first we have to sign this non-disclosure agreement. I mean, you can't share that data with anyone because it is very sensitive, the data. Then the data is very messy. I mean, you will find there are some rows are missing, some values are missing. So you have to kind of clean that data. So that it's called as a data wrangling. So the next step is nothing but data exploration. I mean, you have to do some kind of analysis. I mean, for what age group the loans are getting approved, or for what age groups loans are getting declined. And I mean, you kind of have to create a visualization to show to your client. I mean, the bar chart or line chart or pie chart, something like that, because they won't understand the technical language. That model is not getting learned or something like that. I mean, if we see visually that yeah, graph is going up, then we know that uh, there is a uptrend. So we also have to create some graphs to make them understand what's happening in that data. And then we go for model training. So these are all steps involved in data science project. So yeah. So
हेलो
Aman
सर.
has a, yeah. Yes, Aman.
गुड आफ्टरनून. सो
Good
आपको ऐसा नहीं
afternoon.
लगा था व्हेन यू कंप्लीटेड योर ग्रेजुएशन फ्रॉम मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग, तो ऐसा नहीं लगा कि आपको ट्रेडिशनल कोई कंपनी में जॉब करते हैं, ये एकदम कंप्लीट से दूसरा सेक्टर है, यहाँ पे जाने की क्या जरूरत है ऐसा करके? और फिर जब ये ऐसा हुआ तो व्हाट मोटिवेटेड यू टू switch into this field and completely getting into data science?
Okay. Actually, couple of months I worked in this mechanical industry, but we were not getting payment that I was expecting, right? So mechanical engineers are getting like 10,000, 12,000, 15,000 at, at the start. So that is kind of frustrating for me that time. So I started working for a startup actually. So I was working there as a research specialist. So there I had to, I mean, play with lot of data. So from my colleague, I came to know about this data science, and that time it was very, I mean, booming sector. So he told me that you can learn this Python language, and I tried by myself. I watched some videos on YouTube and tried those things in my laptop, and I kind of enjoyed that thing. So I thought, yeah, why should I should try this. I mean, try this out. If that works, then I can switch this into data science. So and you get to, I mean, daily you get to learn something new in this sector, work on different projects. So it's very interesting.
Hello, sir.
Hey, hi.
Sir, do we require a coding knowledge for this?
When I had no coding knowledge before this, so I had to learn from zero. So we generally use this Python language, which is not that tough. And it's not a rocket science kind of thing. You can easily learn in a month or 2 months. 2 months are, I mean, enough.
Okay, sir.
So
Yeah,
no
it's
need
like a
to,
English language.
yeah,
Yeah,
but sir,
sorry.
no need to take a course and something, no? So we can learn from YouTube and all.
Yeah, there are many channels like Krish Naik or Code Basics or Campus X. I mean, there are some playlists already there for data science, machine learning, Python. If you need any kind of certification, then you have to enroll in some course. If you just want to get knowledge, then there are many channels on YouTube also, so that you can refer to that channel.
Sir, what is the starting salary of data scientist?
So for data scientist, you will at least get 50,000
Sir, as a fresher?
as a fresher. You might get 80, 90,000 also if you have that kind of knowledge or skill sets required.
Sir, this data scientist skill, does this uh, does remain for 5 to 6 years?
Does?
It remains for 5 to 6 years in boom.
I mean, you have to be updated. I mean, every year you will see new technologies coming. So if you are working in this industry, you have to be updated with all those things. Because 2 years back we were using pandas for handling this big data. That time data size was 10 lakh, 15 lakh, 20 lakh. Now it's 1 crore, 15 crore, 10 crore. So now we are using different technology to handle that kind of data. So yeah, you need to be updated with that.
Do we have any more questions from students? Uh, yeah. Mihir, would you like to continue something right now?
I mean, if there are any questions, so I can tackle that.
Yeah. So, like as a fresher, if they want to build their resume,
Okay.
what can they do?
What can they do? I mean, first of all, they have to start, making their own projects. So they can start by choosing some simple projects and they can store it in a Git repo. So there is a GitHub. So it's an online kind of a repo. And if you are giving an interview as a fresher, then you can, show that repository to your interviewer that I have done all these projects and I have stored it in a Git repo. So that will be a good impact doing that. Also, I mean, they have to have some kind of basic skill sets like Python, R language, pandas, NumPy, and there are some basic algorithms like regression, logistic regression, classification, KNN algorithm, random forest. So all these algorithms they should have some kind of knowledge and what is the mathematical intuition behind that algorithm. They should know that. I mean, the basic statistics, linear algebra. These things are, I mean, needed being a fresher.
Okay. And for like building some projects, are there any resources that they can refer to?
I mean, we can easily find it on YouTube or we can just Google it, and there are so many blogs available online. I mean, there are so many. I just told that there are so many GitHub repository available online. We can just go through it and see how they are coding and how they are storing it in a different folders. So these things can be done. I mean, If you guys don't want to spend so much money on course or something, so you should start, learning all these things from YouTube and see. I mean, if you are enjoying that. If you're not enjoying that, then it might be very frustrating, because we have to sit like 10, 12 hours in front of laptop. So that might be frustrating for some people.
Yes, yes, correct. So, what do you suggest? Like, if they are in their second year, third year, final year, what would be the right time to start, or whether they should wait to graduate and start?
No, I mean, it's better if they are, starting at this point. I mean, at least starting with the Python language. I mean, it is very easy, but they could start now and, see if it's working for them.
Right.
And
So,
if they have
main
to
thing is
learn,
like they should like it.
yeah, exactly. Because if you're directly enrolling in some kind of courses and then you realize that, oh shit, I mean, I'm not kind of enjoying it, then that is a total
Right.
disaster. Yeah.
Right. And I guess some of the institutes that offer the courses are a bit expensive for CCA students. So
Yeah,
you
there are
should get
like
the extra
upgrade,
course.
grade learning. The course price is like 3 lakhs, 2.5 lakhs. So yeah, the courses are very expensive. I mean, first we should try by ourselves. I mean,
So
so
for it
the
would be yes, yes, yes.
yeah. So there are channels like Krish Naik, Code Basics, and Campus X. I mean, these are very good channels to learn all these basic things. I mean, Python, machine learning, data science. So I think you guys should, go through these channels. They have this dedicated playlist for everything, and try those things. I mean, by yourself and see. I mean, if you guys are enjoying it or not.
Right. Okay. And there's one question in the chat box from Sale that aren't there different teams for ETL, model creation, data visualization, or is it like one man show for everything?
It depends, I mean, upon your company. If it's a MNC company, then sometimes you will be doing only model training. I mean, only machine learning. Sometimes you just have to, collect data from database and pass it to your teammate. But if you're working in a startup, then you have to do the end-to-end thing. I mean, data acquisition, talking to your client, then making these models, deploying it on an online server. So all these things you have to do it by yourself. So I mean, these things, I mean, varies company to company.
Okay, okay. So I hope that answers the question. Then Aman Pandey is asking that what are the challenges one needs to face once they get into this field, once they get the job? What challenges you might have faced?
I mean, you get to face different kind of challenges every day. I mean, sometimes you will get n amount of errors and you will be, frustrated totally. So yeah, but you can Google those things. I mean, you get solution online, so that won't be a big deal. I mean, we can ask our colleagues if you are getting stuck anywhere. But yeah, it's a bit challenging and kind of frustrating sometimes.
Okay, right. And Nilesh Jadhav is asking, like, what are the problems that you had faced, and like being a mechanical engineer, was it easy or tough for you?
I mean, you have to get your basics, cleared first. I mean, the theoretical things you have to know pretty well. Otherwise, you will face problems.
Right,
Sometimes
right.
people, what do they just do coding and coding, but they don't know about the mathematical intuition behind that. thing. uh, there are, I mean, different kind of algorithms in machine learning. So there is some kind of mathematical intuition behind that every algorithm. So why we have to use this kind of algorithm for this specific kind of problem? So that we have to know from the beginning. Otherwise, we might get stuck or
Right. So it's like not just the coding, but also what's the all theory, logic, and mathematics behind it.
right,
Understanding of everything is very important. Okay, if you want to succeed. Right. Right.
right,
Okay.
right, right. I mean,
And I
basic
guess you already.
coding
Yeah.
language is required, but theoretically you should be strong
Correct. Correct.
at the fresher.
Uh, a- yeah. And one more question. I guess you have almost indirectly answered this, but still, is certifications mandatory if you want to join in of any kind of IT company regarding this?
I mean, in MNCs, I think is required. I mean, they prefer candidates having some kind of certifications. But in startup, you just have to have that kind of knowledge. I mean, whatever job description is there, you need to have all those skill sets. Yeah. I mean, I even didn't do any online course. I mean, certified course.
So you have
I,
learned all by yourself.
yeah, by myself, and one of my friends was a manager, sorry, project manager in my previous company. So he only taught me all these things. So I never had to enroll in some certified courses or something like that.
Okay, so like talking to people helps. So someone who has already been knowing about this field would help.
Okay.
Like you said, your project manager guided you. So
Right.
yeah, okay. So any more questions, students? We have taken majority of the questions of the students and some general questions as well. Any more? Then please let us know.
I have a question, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Please go ahead.
Sir, I just wanted to ask, ki, what's the rate of growth in this particular job we have, like as compared to the other IT jobs like front end, back end, and other data analytics. What's the rate of growth like? In how many years we are gonna make it? Like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years for a big thing.
Okay. So, I mean, the growth is great in this data science field because 3 years back, my one of my friend, I mean, did this course from I think Upgrade, and now he's having 33 lakh package. Yeah, and he started from I think 6 LPA, and now he has 33 LPA package. So I mean, you can see. I mean, in 3 years, the growth he made. I mean, you can get. I just told now you can get 12 LP or 15 LP as a fresher, but you need to have all those skill sets required. If you have a basic amount of knowledge and skill set, then you will get 6 LP, 7 LP as a start. But it depends upon us. I mean, how much time we are giving to learn new things to upgrade ourselves. So that is totally, I mean, required. That is totally depends upon us only.
Mihir, just curious about your
Yeah,
friend. Was he from non-IT, non-computer background?
yeah, yeah. He was also a civil engineer.
Okay, okay. So I also get these questions from students often that
Yeah.
like directly doing this certification. Obviously, we need to have our skills, but does they help? Like as a fresher, if you're spending like 2-3 lakhs, then does that help actually getting a job?
I mean, yeah, it helps, but for some students, but some might end up, leaving that course after through 2 3 months. So I have seen people getting frustrated and leaving those course. So that's
Right,
why
right.
thought, yeah,
Mhm.
I should be, learning those things by myself and see if that, really working for me.
Yeah, so at the end, it's up to our potential. Everything is available, courses, free resources, everything is available, but it's up to one's potential that how they use it and make it further, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. So one more question, which Swapnil sir is actually asking is, what would be the right approach to apply jobs in this field once students think that they know enough, they have some projects with them to showcase. What would be the right approach to apply for jobs?
We can start applying on LinkedIn, their high rate or Naukri, and you will start getting calls. I mean, on that day itself. But sometimes they will, share one link with you for a test. So you have to pass that test, then your interview will get scheduled. So that
Okay.
generally happens with freshers. I mean, you have to crack that test, and then only that interview will get scheduled.
Okay, okay, right. So, like, there are plenty of jobs. Once we search, are they available, right?
I mean,
How
there
is
are
the job
many
market?
jobs available in market.
Also for freshers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, hi Neil. This is Niyati Rao. How are you?
Hi, ma'am. Hi, ma'am. I'm good, ma'am.
I want to ask one question from the student side. Is
Okay.
that the knowledge of mathematics, how deep you want, means how much deep knowledge of mathematics you require for the data scientist? And my second question is, other than data scientists, what are the other fields which absorb this mechanical student if they do the right skills in that, means like Python, you are said ki they will learn Python and they will get the job, but other than data scientists, which are the other field they will get the job?
Okay, okay. So there is a AWS field. So the designation you get is DevOps engineer. So after we, deploy this model, after the data scientist work, we have to deploy our project online on a online server because currently we are working on a local system. So we have to deploy it somewhere online. So DevOps engineer kind of take care of all that thing, and it's kind of easier than data science, but it also requires some knowledge of uh, basic knowledge of Python. And coming to a knowledge of mathematics, so we just have to have some basic knowledge of linear algebra and matrices and some probability and statistics, just uh, basic concepts we require.
Right, right. Niyati ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am. Have any other question for Mihir?
uh no, I think it's all, that's all. And thank you, Mehir. You actually miss from my side right now, then afterwards student will ask you questions. And
Yeah, thank you.
congrats for your new field.
Thank you, madam.
Okay, ma'am. So, Mihir, there are more questions from students in the chat box. I'll just pass on to them. Does being from mechanical field, do you think it's in any way beneficial to transfer to data science or in general? Like, uh, is there any relation? Does it help studying mechanical engineering for this
Yeah, I
transition?
mean, it helps while understanding the maths behind all these algorithms. It, I mean, really helps because there is some integration derivation is required to, learn all these what we say algorithms. So So that really helps.
Right. So I
Yeah.
guess so if we have done any engineering, we can almost go in any field because we do develop that much of logic when we study all these 4 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. And then there's one more question from student that do we have any business opportunities in field of data science?
Sorry.
Uh, do we have any business opportunity in the field of data science?
Business opportunity, as in you want to start
Like if they want to have a
startup.
startup or entrepreneurship, something like that, are there any fields where they can work on
Yeah, but
with
for
related
that
to
you
data
need to,
science?
yeah, but for that you need to have some kind of experience in this field. I mean, at least 5 years experience is required to start some kind of startup. That
Right,
way, I
correct.
mean, you would be able to handle your team, right? So people generally work for 5 to 7 years and then they kind of start their own company.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So I would just like to inform that Swapnil sir is conveying this that there's this new subject in mechanical engineering which has been included from this year. In second year they have Python, and in third year they have like basics of artificial intelligence. So according to you, what are the things that they should concentrate on, which would be helpful in their career?
Okay. So, I mean, fundamentals of Python, they should really, I mean, study. I mean, you don't have to have a deep knowledge of Python, but the basic concepts should be cleared. Like, what are the data types in Python, and what data, I mean, what are the things those are required for data science? I mean, Python is a huge language. I mean, there are more concepts like class object, abstraction. Those things are, I mean, not required for being a data scientist, but at least they should have a fundamental of Python clear.
Okay, great. Yeah. So, students, any more questions? We have covered most of them, which are there in the chat box. Any more questions, then please let us know.
Okay, ma'am. I hope no query and all queries are solved, and I think no questions for a day.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Mihir, I hope you have answered all questions. I know that. But there is still one question in my mind, which I think you should at least guide our students is with respect to whenever is a fresher is getting a job, what should he concentrate on? He should concentrate on the salary, or he should concentrate on the profile, what he's getting as a fresher.
As a fresher, I think we shouldn't be looking for a big salary or something like that. I mean, first we need to see the job description. I mean, whatever skills we have, I mean, are those matching with the job description or not? Otherwise, that would be very hectic once you start working on projects. So, I mean, you will get good salary once you have, one or couple of years of experience in hand. So first we have to, develop skills and see. I mean, in what field you are really enjoying. I mean, there is a deep learning, there is a NLP, there is a machine learning. So first you have to analyze that. I mean, in what field you are, really kind of enjoying it or not.
So gaining the
That way you
knowledge is
can,
more important, right?
yeah, exactly.
And one more question, according to you, why students should come into this field? Means there is huge salary package offered, so that's the reason he should come, or he is passionate about what we can say working with data, or he is passionate about what we can say probability or statistical mathematics. What is the reason one should come into this field?
I mean, that is what I was telling that some people see that we are getting good amount of salary in this field, and they try to learn all these things, but they end up getting frustrated. So we don't have to do that. First we need to see if those things are working for us, if we are really enjoying that coding thing or not. Because sometimes there will be n number of errors, and you will be really frustrated and won't be able to sleep at night. So you need to have your goals clear. I mean,
Right, right.
yeah.
Mihir, one more thing. You just said that they should figure out that whether they like something like deep learning or machine learning or data visualization. So, like, what's a good time to figure that out? Initially, before when they're trying to learn things, or like they should once get a job and then see that which one they are liking. Like, what would be the good way to go ahead with that?
I mean, as a fresher, you can't tell your manager that I want to work only in machine learning or deep learning. I mean, but once you have 1 or 2 years of experience, then you can, choose that. I mean,
Right. Okay.
I would look
Uh,
for machine learning
mhm.
jobs, or I would look for deep learning specific jobs. So that you can do once you have good experience in that specific field.
Right, right. Okay. Also, what is there's one student's question of pages. What is the difference between data analytics and data science? And I would just add on this question that should students explore both their fields differently or they are almost same?
So data analytics is a part of data science. So in data analytics, people generally deal with databases. I mean, extracting data from databases and do some visualization, or they sometimes have to work on Excels. So data scientist also needs to have those kind of skill sets. But in data analytics, you don't really work on any machine learning models or deep learning models. So that's the difference, I would say. Those are the
Okay, okay,
differences. Yeah.
okay, fine. Yeah. Any more questions? Okay, so there's one more question from Shweta ma'am. So there are two main profiles in machine learning: development and application team. So which would suit the best as a graduate of mechanical
So, I mean, being a fresher, you won't be involved in that thing. I mean, first, you will get small tasks like visualization or data cleaning or data extraction, data acquisition. So, you will get small tasks in the beginning. So, at least for a year, you will be working with some team. I mean, after 1 or 2 year, you will get to handle entire project. I mean, end-to-end project. So first, in the
engineering?
beginning, you will be working in a team, so
Mhm.
you won't get a chance to, deploy that uh, project into production or
Right.
development.
Okay, great. Any other questions, students? We have covered so many different aspects of data science. Uh,
One last
very,
question
yeah,
from my side.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Muyur, you were telling that if you want to go get into MNCs, so certification is required. Means they ask for certification.
Right.
So now, if we see in the market, there are more than 50 to 60 different kinds of online platforms available, which offer courses. And we get so many ads when we watch any videos on YouTube or we go on Instagram. We get n number of ads related to these different platforms. So,
Right.
is there a certain list of trusted platforms which the MNCs trust, and they are okay if a student pursue what we can say certification from that particular online learning platform, or they are okay with any online learning platform?
Okay. So, I mean, there is this Coursera. So, I think Google also promote them.
Right.
Coursera.org.
Yeah, yeah. Coursera
Yeah.
actually we are having a basic plan wherein a student can complete a course, free of cost certified course once in a year. So
Oh,
definitely
that's
students can go for
very
that,
awesome.
right?
Yeah, 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 definitely.
Yeah.
And the second one is Simply Learn. So, I mean, I have seen their syllabus, so it's, I mean, very good. So, I mean, someone really
How?
wants to do
Yeah.
certification, then they can go for these two platforms.
And there's also this Udemy. How about that? Any idea?
Yeah, Udemy is also good, but it is kind of difficult to find exact course which is, which has all the things required. I mean, you will
Okay.
find
Got
there
it.
is a specific course for Python. You will find there is a specific course for SQL, but you won't get that complete package in one course. So,
Right, right, right.
yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah. Any more questions, students? Okay. Which coding languages should be learned while practicing Python? I think he's asking along with Python, what should be learned? SQL or CSS or Excel? Ambrish is asking this question.
Okay. So after Python, R and SQL are used. Python is very trending right now because it is a open source and it supports so many modules, so many different techniques it supports. So I think Python and R is enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess there are no more questions from the student side. Mir, at the end, you would like to sum up everything.
Yeah. So I would say that I mean, don't pressurize yourself, guys. I mean, first you have to figure out. I mean, you really kind of enjoying this or not, and then you can decide whether to do this course or not. So it took like 2 years to figure out that I should be, learning this Python and
Right. Okay. So I guess they are in college right now, second year, third year, and D as well. So especially second year and third year students have a lot of time to figure that out whether they are liking it or not. So
exactly.
this is the best advice you can give right now, and no need to pressurize yourself if you don't like it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Just go into this field if you're interested. Right. There's one last question from the student that what if we learn MATLAB language after Python? So maybe he's asking that is MATLAB useful in this particular field?
I mean, MATLAB people used to use this language, but now it's not that trending.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because Python is
Right.
very easy. I mean, it's like a English, plain English.
Okay.
That's why it's kind of easy to understand and implement also. So,
Right. Right. Okay. Yeah. So just one thing for students, I have sent one feedback form in the chat box. Some of you have already filled it. Please, everyone who is present in the webinar, please fill that feedback form. It will be helpful for us to arrange further webinars. And here, I can see that so many students had so many questions, and you have almost answered them all. And
yeah,
they can relate to you more because you were also a student in our college. So obviously they can relate to you more. Thank you so much for coming here. I would pass on to Mayuri for further seminar.
yeah. And guys,
Yes,
if you
ma'am.
have any doubt, then you can, ping me. You can take my number from Swapnil sir or Mayuri.
Yes, sure, sure. So we'll send the number. I guess it's also good to connect on LinkedIn if
Yeah,
that's okay. So that's the best platform.
right.
Yes, sir. So we have to come to end of our webinar. I will like to thank our speaker, Mr. Mihir Naik, and it is a great honor to have you here. Thank you for giving us such a clear way to and extremely informative for career transition from mechanical engineer to data science, and how to become an data scientist, and what course we needed, what knowledge we have to get from own or by getting a courses or something. Thanks for the information, and I'm also thankful for your precious time for us. And I would like to thank our principal sir, Mr. Arun Kumar, and our HOD ma'am, Niyati Raut ma'am, and I also thankful for Mansi ma'am and Swapnil sir for coordinating and organizing this event for us, and uh, teachers for getting motivated us all time and pushing us for new things for all times. And I also thank who made this webinar possible for by joining this webinar and give me this wonderful opportunity to hosting this webinar. And thank you all of you again joining. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Mir. It was a wonderful session, and thank you for taking out time from today's festival day and guiding our students. In the future, we will definitely like to have few more sessions from your side and from Department of Mechanical Engineering at Viva Institute of Technology. We wish you a very best of luck for your future endeavors, and I hope we reconnect someday again. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Mihir.